Welcome back here. One more set to go in the prelims. Saturday's competition, 2024 NXL Las Vegas Major. I'm Andy Marshall with Rich Telford here at Craig Ranch Park, and it's going to be a good one. Dynasty taking on X Factor. X Factor has looked outstanding until they lost to Legion in their first match. And then Dynasty was able to take down Blast Camp, and considering how good Blast Camp has looked, Rich, that was a pretty spectacular victory. They were a little rough around the edges yesterday for Dynasty as they had to pull off some some come-from-behind victories. And then also in this set, it's going to be Damage still in a must-win situation. They did defeat the Ironman, but they have to win against Infamous. And Infamous dropped to Hurricanes, so they need to win too. So even here at the end of the prelims, it is not decided yet as to who's going to be moving on to Sunday.
Two big games.
Yeah, so, and this is what we wanted to see. Dynasty, X Factor. X Factor's new roster is incredibly potent. Dynasty down Chris Shear, no Blake Yarber here. A little bit of a light line jumping into point number one. Dynasty starting from the red side as X Factor going to be starting from the blue side. Looking over X Factor's shoulders here. They got TJ Danner in the back center and a little bit of ground taken from Dynasty here on a secondary to get outside wide, Rich.
Dynasty loses their first player attacking on that top side. Alex Frazier taking the walk.
And so it's a 5-on-4 situation here in favor of San Antonio X Factor.
Archie fills the corner for Dynasty.
Archie was on fire last game.
Yes, he was, as Ryan Greenspan jumps in the snake. Marcelo Margot goes from back center to the snake side temple. Good comms from the Dynasty side of the field. Oh, they lose another play up the center. Dynasty down to just 3 players left alive, Matt.
Yeah, Arturo Andrade taking the walk. Little reposition, they put him up the gut. So Ryan Greenspan, but yeah, last set of the day, you're going to notice that everyone on Dynasty's got a visor on because they want to have as much protection from that glare as possible. So they're actually hoping that sun's going to set it as much as it looks like Ryan Greenspan throwing it back with the forward baseball cap. Oh, but he's going to lose Marcelo behind him, and he loses Archie. So, and I don't think he knows that he's by himself right now.
Yeah, that's through the penetration on the other side of the field from X Factor.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. It looks like they're actually just going to concede the point. It was just Greenspan. He's frustrated. Yeah, so you have to win from the blue side.
Yes.
When you play on the blue side and you have the sun at your back,
morning and night,
must-win situation. Cannot drop games from the blue side. So Dynasty gives up the first one. X Factor takes the lead. Now Damage and Infamous are going to come out. And it looks like Infamous is going to be starting from the blue side, so advantage Infamous, at least for the next, let's say about half hour, 20 minutes. Half hour probably.
Yeah, give or take. If we don't get any stoppages or referee entanglements.
Yeah, like a long Jason Trozen complicated two-major review.
I'm reviewing the review of the review.
Which has to happen, so it's part of it. I mean, would you rather us just like, yeah, the call is what it is, guys, because we got to get it done.
That's what it used to
be. Yeah, that was for decades.
Yeah, you took it or you lost it. Good breakout, 5 alive for both squads.
Running referee checking out Infamous as they're running up the field, and looks like Patient's going to be pulled out.
Yeah, Zach catches one going into that drill too.
They filter a body out from that doubled up stack in the back center. Tampa Bay Damage going to do the same thing. Tampa Bay still doubled up, but they do get a body out from the mini wall out into insert D side, or insert Dorito behind the snake.
Yeah, they get Keith Brown to the corner behind him. Tampa Bay Damage a little light on the top side. Only one player on the top side of the field as they lose Keith Brown out of the corner, Matty. 4-on-4 now.
We haven't really seen Keith die. They had a bad day. Yesterday, Keith was pretty solid.
Yeah.
But they choose to kind of like what Keith's doing with Chad George, right? Put him in that back corner bunker. Jim Brusselback getting a check as he's at the wedge bottom side.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the referee's got to go and check him, but man, I don't think anybody saw Brusselback make that move, so referee definitely gave that a move away by jumping in there and checking.
I mean, the refs has to check him.
No,
obviously you got the, they call that the bird dog, but what are you gonna do? Not just have him get in there and not get checked?
I mean, you can take his word for it. I don't think a paintball player would lie.
That's a hard no. Now, I'm not saying Tim's not the dirtiest player in the world, but just in general, probably not going to take anyone's word for it out here. He's going to get some help. Barrett's going to glide in behind him. Looking over the shoulders for Tampa Bay Damage right now. Closest man up, guy on your screen. So advantage Infamous on the bottom side.
Joe Barrett now following up right behind Brusselback. Uh-oh. Okay. Referee was giving him some crazy eyes there for a second.
Yeah, the body language of the ref is like, ooh, is Barrett hit? No, Barrett's good.
Barrett's wrapping around looking inside.
Yeah, Barrett's got a new podcast called The Paintball Passport. Check that out.
That's cool. I love all the new webcasts, podcasts, all the stuff going
Well,
on.
as I'm saying, we're living in another golden age of paintball right now, and that's part of it, right? Never seen
all the media creators.
I've been here for 30 years. I've never seen this many media podcasts, storytellers, the parody in the Pro League, new companies starting. It's
so many good stories out there.
So, yeah, it doesn't look like Infamous is feeling much pressure, Rich. You
Not
look
at all.
across the field, and everyone's just out of their spots, rolling their guns, not even head checking away from streams. Cali just had to.
Well, and what was working for Tampa in the match earlier is the attack on the snake, but also the attack up the center of the field, right?
Well, they are, again, on the glare side, right? So, but yeah, so Tampa was trying to attack. They just were losing their back guys a little bit too much yesterday. Changed it up and had a different look against the Ironman and won a relatively low-scoring game, but a win nonetheless. So Damage absolutely has to win here against Infamous. Infamous yesterday was able to, I think they won both their games. Yeah, Infamous went 2-0 yesterday. So even if they drop both, and they had a they had a high score against Notorious, Infamous could statistically drop this game depending on the spread and still be okay and make Sunny. Might have to play in a wild card game, but Barrett's going to continue to be right behind. Yeah, nice follow-up. As there's the battle in the snake. Tim Brusselback all the way onto Damage's side, and here comes the creepy crawl from Tampa Bay.
He's telling Tim that the god is hot, which is obviously bad information.
Yeah, God Bunker, also known as, AKA the snake insert spot, the Dorito on this field. And there's no one there.
There is nobody there. He's significantly closer than Tim thinks he is.
Yeah, Tim does have his gun up this way. If Tim shoots his gun, we're going to see a bunker move.
Yes.
If Tim's about to, there's no one to shoot at right now. There's no one in that back spot.
Well, Cali's got the ball on that top side for sure.
Yeah, and Cali's moving up in the middle.
Yep.
But it's getting tense moments here on your screen. In point number 1. Ooh, Cali moving up past the 50 in that middle as Infamous and Tampa Bay. He comes around. He must have heard him breathing or something. They come around and trade out. So Lackey with the trade out with Brusselback. But that's actually good for Infamous, especially as Cali comes through with the wrecking ball and then Barrett there so close to Brusselback to finish it off.
Yep.
That was a beautiful play.
And that illustrates
Infamous.
why you have that second guy get in between, right behind your snake guy. So that if he trades out, you don't lose all that real estate.
We do talk about keeping the twos, those second attackers, as we say, close to the ones. Yeah, good first point from Infamous. Let's get a look at this replay here. So this is the battle, Brusselback and Lackey, and I don't know how Lackey got the tell. How did he know he was right there?
So Brusselback shot the dirt right next to Lackey
but that
earlier.
Oh yeah, like 45 seconds ago.
So I think he heard that and was like, all right, he's right here.
So he was just kind of waiting for his time, maybe actually giving it a beat of a moment to hope that Brusselback would check off inside.
After Brusselback shot the dirt, I was hoping that Jared was going to go highway on him.
Yeah.
Because it kind of showed that he was looking outside.
All right, bring it down to that start gate after this.
See if Axel takes a big bite on the top side. Nope, just shorts up, goes to the temple, but Billy goes snake on the break and gets caught, Matt. 5-on-4 advantage here for Dynasty. Dynasty and X Factor have a long, long history. Most of the history is Dynasty being the big brother and X Factor being the little brother.
Well,
let's see if we can change that here today. Axel does get out to the corner. Four across the back for X Factor as Yosh Rao releases from the back center to the lay down on the bottom snake side.
Yeah, so 5 bodies alive on the field for Dynasty on this break. Yosh Rao at the mini wall. And a movement outside, top side. Ooh, they are going to be losing Ryan Greenspan. Taking the walk for Dynasty. Took his hat off. It's interesting. So he's going to wear the hat from the glare side, take it off from the other side.
We too. 4-on-4 here now as both teams lose one attacker. Very defensive posture here from San Antonio X Factor. Literally spread out across the back line of the field. They've got no one in either snake, no one up the center of the field. Dynasty's got 3 in the pocket and 1 outside in the snake corner. I believe that's Archie.
Yeah, the crossfield line here on your screen for San Antonio X Factor. And moving up into D2, looking like he wants to move up into D3. He's going to crawl up into that position.
I love
and
that.
Make it clean.
Yeah, I love the sneaking over there, because if you get in there unknown, you have much more chance of shooting a guy or two.
And Axel continuing to move up, gets to that crucial wedge position.
Here comes Archie to try to cancel out Axel's move. Releases from the corner.
Oh, and Axel gets a shot in on Yosh.
Yep.
And Yosh is looking like, where? How did that happen?
Oh, and Archie gets caught on the top, sloppy.
Oh man, Axel's feasting right now.
Yeah, Axel's definitely opening this game up. Matt Jackson gets to the corner for X Factor. Here comes the attack. Oh, and
Ooh, yard sale over the top. Let's hope they're okay.
I hope he's all right.
Is that Danny? Ah, he's from the Midwest, bro. He's tough.
Fine.
In the pits right now with X Factor.
Grab a gun, boys. Let's talk about Axel. There you go, Axel. I got you. Hell of a point, baby. Hell of a point. You win.
Tim Senso, great teammate. Pump your guy up. I got you. Give me your gun. I got you air. You need paint. What do you need? A wipe off? What's going on? You need a drink of water?
More than Texas.
My mirror was okay, so we're shooting it over the top. We have to okay. Easy way to the corner.
So you want corner and up?
Corner,
Big
then
fucking
right,
point.
Okay.
and then next up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's get a look here on the replay. So here comes the move. Oh, Danny Schonauer with a little bit of a bounce up and over the top as he... Hey, he's okay. It's fine. And so jumping back to this next one here, Infamous up by 1, and Tampa Bay going to be dropping a body from that top side. I don't see... Yeah, Infamous losing a body too. Callie Rudolph taking the walk. Ooh, there's another one. Patient. So just 3 bodies alive right now for LA Infamous. Lackey was the body dropping for damage.
Damage got 3 in the pocket.
Where's the 4th?
Yeah, I'm looking. It's got to be in the top snake, maybe?
Russell back making a move for Infamous, getting in a D3.
Yeah. Okay, here, in the center.
Oh, up in the 50.
Yep. Thank you, Steve. Infamous getting out to Dorito 3 and 2, Maddie. Now into the top snake.
And Damage, Damage has been gambling with this center. With Rainey, that's not Rainey up there now. But they are definitely rolling some dice up the middle of the field.
Well, you know, Damage also likes to live dangerously. I mean, and it was working for him, you know? When they attack one and send one up the middle, it would work. But when they only send one up the middle or one outside, it doesn't work. We need more than one attacker.
Agent Smith,
and
yeah. He ends up getting taken out.
So 3 and 3 now, Matt.
The risk versus reward is kind of rough up the middle, man. I don't know if it's worth it. It's tough because
70, 30, 60, 40 on whether winning the tapes. I mean, it's a big majority of teams.
It just has a lot. How you do in the middle. It's not even really necessarily what you're doing. It's what's happening on the tapes a lot of times.
Yeah, and you can't watch both ways, right?
You have to commit.
Yep.
The only guys unless we start letting dudes bring out 2 guns.
Well, and we've talked about it. You know, we've talked about it. But, you know, the only way you can play the middle effectively is not to play at every point. But then when you do go up there, you have to be proactive, right? You've got to be playing 3 or 4 different spots, not know where they are, go up, let them try to run you. If you've already moved back, you set the trap, you catch them. You can't just go up there and sit and hope somebody crosses your gap and wait, because then if they don't go, you know, you've got nothing to do. Great move there from, can't tell if it's Jacob or Jason Edwards there. So from the center, oh, no, didn't get killed. Called it, didn't get it. Now he's moving forward, get a bounce going across there. He got shot in the shoulder.
I know Jason just got shot, but this is probably the thinnest and most nimble that we have. Yeah, Slim
He
Jason.
looks like when he was 19, he came out and tried out for us.
I think he was like 17 when he came to try out for us. Maybe even earlier.
Oh, Infamous, full release on that side.
Yeah, big bite for Tim
way to
Russell
turn
back.
this voice around.
And it worked out great for Tim Russell back, and that is going to do it as Horn's walking off. And
momentum's definitely shifting Infamous's way.
Infamous is looking good here, and this is a do-or-die moment. It has been a long time since we haven't seen Tampa Bay Damage on a Sunday. They dropped both their games yesterday. They beat the Ironman by 2. They had some close games, but this is an absolute must-win situation. They're now down against Infamous. Infamous statistically could drop this game and still be okay.
Yeah.
But if you're Infamous, it would be a giant blessing for the rest of the league if you could knock Damage out right here, right now.
You'll feel good about that for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you always, if you have a chance to knock one of the best teams in the world
send them home
out in the prelims, and you've got to try to make that happen. There's Tim Russell back. Great job. He's had a long journey in the Pro League, and he has found a home on Infamous.
And he has amazing hair.
Dynasty, great hair. Well, he's a vampire.
Up the center.
He's a vampire lord, so, you know.
As a vampire lord, you have to have good hair.
So Dynasty down by 2, facing adversity again. If they find a way to win this game, it would be 3 come-from-behind victories for Dynasty in the prelims.
Well, there's a chance that Dynasty doesn't start taking the game very seriously until they're, you know, down by 2
until they're in trouble
with 2 minutes left. Then
it's like when you watch a UFC fight and the guy doesn't take it seriously until he just gets absolutely blocked. He's like, oh, I'm in a fight. Oh, okay. Forgot about that.
Or again, when a big brother and a little brother are kind of having a little tussle, and all of a sudden the big brother's like, all right, I'm done playing now. But we'll see.
Ooh, running referee coming in as Chaos set in on that top side. Bodies dropping from both squads. Looks like Dynasty's still good to go. They're up at the 50-yard line.
Tons of time left, almost 11 minutes left in the match.
Crazy. Crazy with the tactical retreat.
Crazy call him kill 243, which means there's 4 Dynasty players left alive, only 3 players for X Factor left alive. Now the challenge for Dynasty will be to find out where those 3 X Factor players are, what zones they're covering. They'll have to figure out how to either put those guys in or just get around those guys' zones. Push down this bottom side of the field, which Ryan Greenspan now does. Goes from the snake insert into the snake.
Well, Frazy's on island in that middle, Rich.
Yeah, but I think Ryan's got the ball right now.
Yeah,
He's
Ryan
gonna go down
for sure has got the ball. Ryan's, you know, and Ryan's a magician. He pulls rabbits out of a hat on a regular basis and has for about. I mean, they are getting a little bit tame compared to what he was at 20, but no, I'm just kidding. But he's in a good spot right now. He's at the wedge, looking inside.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, and he gets that inside kill.
Yeah, X Factor does get to that top snake. Billy gets run down. Only 1 player left alive in the back center for X Factor. I believe it's TJ Danner. Looks like he caught one in the pack. He might have missed that one. And then he's been shot. So Dynasty gets on the board, Matty. Right back in this game. Down by 1 with 9:30 left.
Yeah, a bunch of time left here as Dynasty has woken up and answered the call to make this a 1-point match. Marcelo Margot going to hit that buzzer, get checked out by the referee. Point is good. And the refs are inflating these bunkers a bit here as it's starting to get a little bit chilly again.
Yeah. Yeah, it got so cold so fast last night, all the bunkers kind of lost half their fill or so. So instead of having to burp them like when it's hot, we got to drink
in the pits right now with Dynasty. Let's check it out.
There's one sitting over here.
Terry's.
Come over here, can you use your gun? I heard him. Get him clean.
Danny, money.
Hey, you don't think I should be the Utah guy? Hey, listen to me.
Al,
We're letting you do that.
can be the Utah.
Skinny. Hey, Skinny.
Doubling up the back center for Infamous with a 2-point lead, 8:16 on the clock.
Infamous gets a kill on the break and makes the snake on the top, Matty. 5-on-4 advantage here for Infamous.
So Barrett and Hall in the back corner. Looks like that's Messer up at the mini wall.
Infamous only a 2-point advantage here. I hope they don't try to lock this down. They need to at least get a body out to this Dorito side with Russell back. From there, they can hold down. Damage with both the small temples, the back center, and the wing on the snake side. 4 bodies left alive. The Dorito side temple gets out to the Dorito corner. A lot of time left, 7:35.
Yeah,
Infamous up by 2.
A lot of time, but look, this game, important to Infamous, incredibly important to Tampa Bay Damage. If Damage loses this game, they're out, and they won't make Sunday for the first time in, I would have to...
100 years.
I would need 20 minutes to go research, maybe 10. But and that's like not even a statistic that I would keep on deck because...
Can I ask you a real question, because I actually respect your opinion?
Yes.
So, we love Joey. We love Tampa Bay Damage. The only criticism they've ever really had is that if they have one style or the other style, their style is heavily weighted towards being defensive.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
And on this field, we've learned that kind of defensive isn't really an effective form of play on this field.
Well, okay, so
I'm posing the question.
I don't really, because I thought about it a lot yesterday, because that's what we do here to try to figure out these specific situations. I don't think they played that defensive yesterday.
Okay.
I think what they did, because they were risking guys, they were trying to play offense. Their big problem yesterday was they were losing guys that don't normally die from back positions.
So my counter to that would be, are they losing those guys because they're having to play offensive and they're not used to playing that style?
Oh, okay. I don't think so, because I think the damage can ramp it up.
They for sure can.
I don't think that was the problem. I think it was just one of those situations. Again, I'm shooting it straight here. I really do truly feel that they just had a few guys yesterday that were dropping bodies, and now here they are. They haven't put a point on the board. And it really hasn't been much of a survivability issue. These points have been close. Infamous is just pushing the issue, dictating the pace, and playing a little bit better. Again, it's super close. We're talking about a 2-point game, and only 2 points have been played. There's 5 minutes and 48 seconds left. But again, like you keep saying, that's how hard it is out here right now. We're heading into a brand new season. This is the first event. There's been a lot of change and a lot of time to train and a big break. So you hit that reset button, you open that new chapter, however you want to describe it, and you just don't have much time to change things up on the fly anymore, man. You know, there's no easy games. We had Joey come up, he said the same thing, but I don't think I think they came with a good strategy, but they weren't able to capitalize on the offensive moments and implement it because they were just losing guys in crucial spots.
Okay.
At least that's my opinion. It's just one opinion, but. And then with Infamous, they got a lot of fire and intensity and aggression on that team, but they are also incredibly hungry to perform because they have not won a tournament in a long time. So
yeah,
I mean,
feel like
been
they
years.
kind of felt like last year was their season where they were going to win it. It kind of started off strong, kind of tapered off at the end of the year. So I could see them, kind of starting this season again with a bunch of vigor.
Yeah, I think this, when I look at the rosters for both X Factor and Infamous, I think that as we played through the 5 events, man, I really do truly feel that if they execute with what they have and they work hard and stay tenacious mentally and buy into the system, all those things that we always say about what's required to be elite and win tournaments, that those 2 teams could start to rise to the top and contend with the other teams that have been winning tournaments. But then, so Damage has been winning tournaments. How do you stay at the top, right? So yeah, and then they just had a rough day in a couple of positions yesterday.
Damage makes it into the snake with Jared Lackey. He's got Keith Brown talking to him, kind of pushing forward.
But here, even we have a little bit of time to do some narrative about, because this is a slower developing point. So now you have Tampa Bay crawling up into this crucial spot. This is, if you guys haven't been able to watch and you're just tuning in, this spot right here on both sides of the field, because of the way this layout works, is the objective. Get a body into the wedge. Now, he is looking at 2 bodies in front of him. Infamous has a good spread. They have 2 bodies.
That's a good fill to that corner.
Yeah, it's a great fill to that
corner.
corner.
You said that. I'm like, oh, Infamous is better than I thought right here.
So
here goes the move on the top side. Damage all the way. Does he get anybody? He does. Gets 1, gets 2.
Hey, Weasel 3! Weasel 3!
So they have the Weasel 3 means 3 kills. That's the correct call. There's only 2 bodies left alive for Infamous, and they are both on this bottom side.
Yeah, 3-on-2 advantage here for Damage. Oh, Brustleback gets caught in the reposition over here. Tried to better his spot. Infamous dropping another body.
Yeah, and then that's going to do it. So Lackey and Keith Brown.
It's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, clocking in. It started on that top side, and we keep, this is also interesting too, when everyone looked at this layout, strong side, snake side, but from the, not the Dorito portion of the snake. What we're starting to see, and has not really been stopped today, we'll see if people can stop it tomorrow, is that it is equally strong from the D side, because how many times people are able to just coast in with that inside and out route. You run right at the South Electronics bunker, and then you dive across and you get in. You can do it on a secondary, you can do it off the break. Guys making it on, I'd say, it's not an exact statistic, but probably at this point, maybe 80% of the time, if we went through 10 separate points or whatever, 100 points have played. And so both sides are strong. It's just who's making it and when, who's executing, and then also very crucial, are your back guys staying alive? We are watching a lot of back guys lose gunfights on this layout.
That's a fact.
2-1 the score right now. X Factor still up on Dynasty with more time left in this one. 9:12 on the clock.
5 alive for both teams, Maddie.
X Factor, yeah, X Factor and Dynasty 5 alive. X Factor doubling up the back center. Dynasty as well too. We're seeing some Sunday paintball right now here, Rich.
Yeah, we certainly are.
And what does that mean? That just means that everyone is being very careful. They're aggressive, but making sure that the move is correct.
Yeah.
And
The bravado is dialed down a little.
Yeah, the bravado. Yeah, Matt Jackson taking the early walk here for San Antonio X Factor. And Dynasty getting into that crucial spot top side, going to crawl up into that wedge. And that's the objective. And this is a good look. Look at how much paint top of your screen is on that wedge.
Yes.
That's
compared to the rest
when we
of the
say
thing.
that's the objective. Why? Well, because if you don't have that spot, well, it could be an issue.
You're at a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, huge disadvantage. So, I mean, just look at all the paint that those spots have been taken, and that's a hot spot out there. So, and then it's the same thing on the bottom side, top side, bottom side, the way that this field plays. So better field position currently here for Dynasty. X Factor trying to do something about it. Yeah, because I don't think...
Ooh, Billy Bernacci gets caught. Bad death there from Billy. That was all the way from the top side, Snake, on the cross shot. And they lose Axel out of the other corner. Dynasty's gonna win this point. A little more than 7:30 left. Dynasty with 4.
Yeah,
X Factor down to just 1.
Meter taking the walk as well, too. It's looking pretty good for Dynasty to tie this one up. They have a lot of time to work with. So Danny Schonauer, first
Good
event
work
with the
over there.
boys.
Yeah.
And he's been getting a lot of spins over there, and he's been doing really well. Again, no Chris Shear and no Blake Yarber, as I believe both their ladies are having some babies. So congratulations
What
to
are they,
them.
doctors? Are they delivering the babies? This is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not 1965 anymore. You kind of have to be there now, you know, as a dude.
I mean, I guess if paintball isn't important to you, you should be there. But I don't like the message it sends to the rest of the guys on the team. Damage walking out to the far side, starting from the blue side. Down by 1 point here.
In the pits right now with San Antonio X Factor. Let's check it out.
TJ, let's kill Archie. Right. It's Cody, Meter, TJ, Fuzzy, Billy. Cody, look at this. We're going to Boston. I want you to get up into the outfit.
Fuzzy, who shot you?
Just fighting. You're free.
Five live, 4 damage, 2 back center. Snake insert D2 and the temple on the Snake side. Infamous with 5 alive as well. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left here. A very close game. Tampa Bay Damage needs to win this point.
Yeah, this is a massive moment, man. If Tampa Bay Damage gets knocked out of this tournament, that would be really big for the rest of the top teams, because then you don't have to deal with damage on Sunday.
Well, and how horrible is that if you're in their bracket at the next event? So they're your 4th or 5th
Yeah,
tier team.
That's could be a potential bracket of death. Watch, that'll be New York Exchange.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. That's why I said it. I was like, oh, look, we just have Damage, Impact, and Dynasty in our bracket.
I think there's enough time to get Taylor back. So 240. Can Infamous hold on? They got Jonah in a really good spot, but he is looking at Agent Smith in front of him.
And one of the Edwards brothers behind Mr. Smith. Tampa Bay Damage is up over the top of their bunkers, just probing, looking for gunfights, looking for hoppers, looking to be able to dink anybody else out so they can kind of start making their moves down this field. They know that they have a little bit more than 2 minutes to score this point and tie this matchup.
Yeah, and Rich, it's not desperation time quite yet for Tampa Bay because they're only down 1. They can play around with things for, probe, get some looks, figure out which way they want to attack for probably the next 30 seconds. But after 30, a little more 30 seconds, they really have to start committing to an attack.
Yeah, Jonah's putting himself where he's going to get in a one-on-one gunfight here with Agent Smith, and that is just never a good. There's certain guys in the league that No matter how cocky you are, no matter how good your gunfighting is, you don't fight Malloy. You don't gunfight Agent
Well,
Smith.
if Jonah wants to become one of those gunfighting gods, you got to win gunfights against Agent Smith, but good luck.
And not when you're up by a point with 1:30 left. That's
No,
not
I'm
that
with you.
time.
No, but he
I like this way
intelligent.
better.
Yeah, no, he did smart. Hey, man, Jonah, don't do it. Don't do it. I have 100% faith in you. However,
good hiding.
you're up by 1.
Yes.
Just do the tactical retreat.
Yeah.
So he did it perfect. Little tactical retreat. He gets back to Snake 1, just defending himself.
120 left, Matt.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
They got to start moving.
Yeah, they're up and over their spots. Like you said, they're feeling confident. Body language is telling me confidence right now. And
As far as they
they're
go
just
on the
looking
top
for it.
side, right?
Yeah,
So they got to start going to the middle.
Yeah, they have that position top side. There's 2 guns that way. One, Ryan Hall is that Barrett? Hall tucked in as much as they possibly can. I think that's Barrett.
I think so, too. I think it's Hall in the temple.
Yeah, Hall's in the temple.
Good comms from both teams.
Yeah, and it's still
45
but
seconds,
the problem
Matty.
is it's still 5 bodies on the field for Infamous.
Yeah.
5. It's talk about a bend no break moment. This is the bend no break moment. Oh, Smith did not know. So the trap was set by Jonah Jamroz, and it worked out great for him. He did get the drop on Smith. Unfortunately, though, he did lose 2 of his compatriots as they both died. The push coming from the opposite side of the field. Hammer gets dropped. No, Jonah is still alive.
Jonah gets them all.
Jonah is just chalking up kills left and right, and Jonah Jamroz
Nice
plays
job.
the executioner here in the closing moments. They're here on your screen.
Good
Young
job, Jonah.
sensation
Go hit
Jonah
that
Jamroz
buzzer,
just
Jonah.
keeps getting better and better, and that is going to be
Perfect
it.
spot at the perfect time.
Knocking Tampa Bay Damage
So you
out
get
of
you
this
shot 4 of
tournament.
them, right? Shot the 2 guys trying to run him down, and then 2 guys across. That's 4.
But we kind of talked about this. It's like, hey, Jonah, don't gunfight Agent Smith. Agent Smith's nasty. He's down 1. He's going to push eventually. It's going to come in the next 30 seconds. And he's a smart kid. So he does the tactical retreat. And not only did that protect from that getting run down and trading out, but it also ended up being the safety valve as everyone else was dying because damage was blowing open that top side, and he was the difference maker. Let's listen to him real quick. Jonah Jamroz saving the day for Infamous.
There's his dad. Oh, just so you know, they sent us cookies right before the event, and they were amazing.
Let's get a look at this replay here. So Smith didn't know where he was. The trap was set. Jonah Jamroz, high paintball IQ, and then stays alive. Eats up Edwards, and everyone else on Infamous is dying because of how strong that push was on the top side for Tampa Bay Damage. But they slept on Jonah Jamroz, and Jonah Jamroz saved the point and solidified the win for Infamous and knocked Tampa Bay Damage out of the tournament. And they're going home for the first time in a long time in the prelims.
X Factor losing Billy Bonaccia on the break, Matty. That's a big hit to their team. 4-on-5 advantage here for Dynasty as Marcelo Margot releases from the back center Hertz can to the front south electronics can. Little reposition there. Another body out on the D side as Dynasty player Danny goes forward into Snake 2, looking inside. Archie fills up behind him in the corner. Danny and Archie is a very, very scary 1-2 punch, and you add a little green spin on top of that, and that's a scary 3 dudes on one side.
Yeah, that is a really scary 3 guys. I mean, all the top teams have scary dudes. It's just good to see Danny get a shot with, you know, all the work he did for Level to become an all-star, and then after the demise of Level, well, actually, him leaving Level might have been the demise
Oh, no,
of
he
Level.
killed Level. Yeah, he killed Level for sure. It's known that he killed Level.
Well, it was interesting because we were talking yesterday that how the cascading momentum of the player moves in the offseason dictates a lot of things.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so with 5:50 on the clock, but, you know, Urena leaves Dynasty. They take Schonauer. Level sells to Todd Adamson, which creates shock, which then also sends a bowling ball into a lot of other rosters.
Yeah. Yeah, for New York Extreme, we turned down 4 world-class paintball players because we thought Corey was staying with us. And with Corey on the roster, we didn't need those extra bodies.
Well, you should have kept him in your Rolodex because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Looking really good right now here for San Diego Dynasty on this bottom side. X Factor with some bodies in the middle, but no one on this bottom side. Here comes a big reposition for
That's
Dynasty.
a big run for Ryan. He went from the snake side insert all the way over to the Judo side temple.
And then here comes X Factor. X Factor pushing out to that top side as well, too.
Yeah, Marcelo's seen that way, so he saw that fill, wasn't able to shoot him, but saw the fill. Dynasty with 2 bodies this side, Marcel in the middle, Marcelo repositioning. Less than 5 minutes, tie score 2-2. Stun is no longer an issue, it's set.
Yeah, the glare is definitely no longer an issue. What is an issue is that it's 2-2 with 4:26 to go. But
Both of these teams.
yeah, both these teams are going to be in. I mean, X Factor did drop to Legion, so if they go 2-2 against Dynasty, depending, oh, Fragi gets chewed up, but still gets the kill in the middle. So nice little sacrifice from Alex Fragi.
Here comes Yosh. Oh, no, it's Archie, sorry. Like the way he's standing on the top.
Yeah, good.
Marcelo falling out.
Yeah, great communication from San Diego Dynasty here, trying to push up on this bottom side. Peter Ninos on your screen trying to hold the line. This is a good angle on what those guys are looking at that wedge to try to prevent people from doing anything from that wedge.
That back left, Matt Jackson get shot at that back left.
Ooh, and they lose TJ Danner.
Here comes Dynasty, gonna win this point with the 3 minutes, a little more than 3 minutes left.
Peter Ninos gets diced up, nothing he could do, as he was the last body left alive. And San Diego Dynasty could take a lead with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the last set in the prelims. We will have 2 minutes in between points now. And this is a tough event to call as a favorite.
For these two teams, or overall?
No, just in general. As I was sitting there and looking at, well, because they're letting the time run off the clock right now. So I'm thinking, okay, well, who would be my overall favorite who's playing this field the best? I don't know.
Can I make a suggestion? It's kind of a sloppy suggestion, but I like the way the Red Legion is constantly attacking and applying pressure, because it's forcing the other teams to kind of fold some points. I'm not saying they're playing the field better than everybody else, but stylistically, I like the way they're constantly attacking.
Well, there's one thing. Look, we talk about who's playing the field the best in the prelims, but that's not always who wins the tournament.
Nope.
And then, obviously, then we're going to head into a Sunday where we're going to have four teams slugging it out in the wild card round. Teams have won out of the wild card round. Gives them an extra set. We always joke, too, that I really don't want to be. It looks like they're just going to let this one go. Yeah, we just really don't want to be in a situation. You know, when you're looking at the quarterfinals, I'd rather be the quarterfinals that's going to play the teams that aren't going to play the. I don't want to play the wild card round winner, because now we're coming in cold.
Yeah.
They just warmed up the win. Their momentum's going to be super high.
For sure.
They're making it into the top 8. And then you have to fight some Lions. I'd rather, even if it's a better team.
Who just got to go home, watch film for another night, do another game set.
But I'd rather, even if it's on paper a better team, like one of the top 4 teams, I'd rather play that team the quarters.
Yep.
That's coming in cold just like we are, than the team that just maybe had an amazing, big, huge moments to punch out of the wild card round. Let's listen to him real quick. Looks like TJ Danner said, yeah, we need to win.
I like his style.
I think if they don't go, they're not going to try to.
Well, the issue for X Factor is because they did drop to Legion. Now, it was only by 1, but Danner might be saying, hey, we need to win, because they might not want to play in that wild card round.
Well,
I don't know if they have to yet.
2-2.
What's up?
3-1 safer than 2-2, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're 2-2, there's a decent chance you're playing in the wild card round, as we're seeing the final moments here as Dynasty running a racket on the close, and Meter Ninos catching a bunch. Nice little finish from Marcelo Margot, but again, just nothing Meter could do in that situation as the last body left alive. But as far there's probably 5 or 6 teams that have the best chance to win. 10 will make it on. Of those 5 or 6, I don't know, man. Kind of almost pick it out of a hat. I don't think there's one. Impact does look really good.
Yes.
Heat look really good today. Dynasty, but when you're talking about like a Dynasty, anytime they face adversity, and now X Factor, right? So X Factor faces adversity. Maybe they skated at 2-2 if this game ends with Dynasty with the win. maybe that's good for X Factor. You know, as good as they looked yesterday, maybe that will be the
They can
magic
go home and
ticket
make some
for 'em.
adjustments, right?
Yeah, they'll go have a long meeting, fix some things, wildcard round, not wildcard round, regardless. Jumping in this next one here.
Axel shot on the break, 5-on-4 advantage for Dynasty. Dynasty's winning these breakouts, Matty.
Yeah, Dynasty is winning the breakouts. And they're going to be shooting another body here for X Factor. And we're going to see a very quick concession from Ryan Brand. It was 3-on-5. With Dynasty getting those 2 kills, Ryan Brand had seen enough.
And Dynasty's just able to use this to really fine-tune in that pocket play. They are super tight in the pocket. You can't see anything. They're all crossed up outside in, so very hard to shoot. Not going around the break, so very hard to get a kill on the break. Playing true X-ball now, so it'll be 2 minutes in between these points.
In the pits now with Dynasty. Let's check it out.
We should go to the Dallas. If we go to the Dallas right now and they try to go snake up.
Hey, just what we definitely don't want now is any quick points.
That's what I'm saying. Archie, we're in the Dallas off the break?
Yes. For the Dorito guy. No, I lost.
For the snake?
Hey, our center guy should shoot whatever way Axel lines up.
Well, we have 2 guys in the back.
All right. I know. 1 minute. Yeah, let's just play. Let's just ball. That's fine. Yeah. I don't disagree with that scheme. Hey, have we called it?
What do I do from there?
Then you can get into Dragon if you need to, or just watch that.
Have we called our timeout?
No.
Can we?
50 seconds.
Can we?
We're close side.
All right, fine. We're good. I'm debating if we do something different.
Now we can pour it on
No.
and
Okay,
knock them
cool.
out.
We're good there.
Danny, you good?
35.
Dynasty up 2 over X Factor. Interesting that Marcelo was like, you know what we don't need right now? Fast points.
See if they can key up on Billy again. Billy Axel line up both on the same side of the field, Matty. They did this a couple times in practice where they both went the same way, and then they did it where they went the opposite way too. And that's the opposite way. So Axel lines up like he's going to run on the other side of Billy, but goes inside out and takes the snake on the bottom tape.
So Axel, I mean, they had to risk Axel. He makes it into a really key position. He's that one on the bottom side right now here on your screen.
Yeah, and line it up both guns on that side, on the top side. You know Dynasty's going to shift their guns, audible, and put all the guns over there. So when Axel goes up and over, it makes it much easier for him to make that move.
And then Axel launches up the middle, or up this bottom side with just 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go. And again, Rich, they need to just to tie. They're going to lose TJ Danner.
They're probably going to win this point, but they're not going to win the match. Factor getting another kill. Only 3 Dynasty players left live. The snake corner, back center, and the laydown wing on the D side. Axel's working on that laydown wing. X Factor with 2 over here on this side, 1 in the middle. Dynasty dropping 2 more bodies. Only 1 Dynasty player left alive. I believe that's Ryan Greenspan in the snake corner.
They're going to get 1. Can they get 2?
In 30 seconds, it will be challenging on this field like we have discussed.
Not today, Axel.
I'm laughing because Axel said, hey, get out on his run in. I couldn't see who said, it sounded like Archie, but I didn't see Archie close to me. He said, hey, not today, Axel. And then Axel's complaining because it took him 10 seconds to get out. Axel, you have to throw those complaints towards the referees because Dynasty doesn't care, okay? They're going to take as long as possible to get out in that situation.
They match Jackson.
Was it Matt Jackson?
No, they Matt Jackson.
Oh,
when you leave, when you take a long
Matt
time
Jackson's
after
on
you
that
get
team.
shot, that's called a Matt Jackson. Or if you take a long time and then try to trade the guy, that's called a Matt
It's
Jackson.
just, you know, you're kind of just yelling at a wall if you're trying to yell at the guys.
Just
Say,
entertaining
hey,
that.
get out faster. Be like, yeah, dude, kick rocks. I don't really care what you have to say. Unless the referee gives me a warning, I'm not doing anything.
Axel, Cody meter.
We've got my gun.
We have a timeout.
Yeah, let me hear this again. That was hilarious. Listen in.
Hey, gotta get out!
Not today, Axel.
Hey, what is it taking fucking 10 seconds to get out?
I don't know if it was 10 seconds. I mean, he was waving you guys off.
Dynasty better be careful. Axel's going to go over there and whoop somebody.
But I think Billy's got 10. If he gets down, we got 25 seconds.
Axel's English is getting really good. By
Yeah,
the
it
way.
is.
Really, like he's just fluent now. He speaks English well. When I met him 10 years ago, not so much. But I don't speak any French, so I'm just giving him some props.
Oui, oui.
And then we want to get into the structure quickly.
I'm thinking about the
Dorito wonder.
Let's do that. You can shoot. Look, he'll come out, I'll come up. Guns will draw, I'll come under. It's 25, so we even win the break out off.
Yeah, we need to be on our feet running and
So Cody, I think your step here.
You want me in that zone?
You're shooting and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then meter.
Trail Billy. Shoot Trail Billy.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Shout out to Project Paintball. Probably be dropping some dope guns soon. Ryan Brand, best hair in the game. Take a look at Dynasty. Greenspan, speaking of hairstyle, has all of his. You lucky man, you. But yeah, so Danny Schonauer, Marcelo Margot, Greenspan, Frazier. They're definitely starting to develop. Skinny's developing a starting line right now. There's a couple different looks here or there, but again, no Chris Shear, no Blake Yarber. Light line for Dynasty on this one. But as you were saying, oh, boo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, no Chris Shear, no Blake Garber. Oh, God, you have to go to Frazier and,
Ugh.
and
That
Danny
play Archie?
Schonauer and Archie.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, bummer.
They've only got 4 gold barrel winners
Yeah,
instead of
exactly.
6.
You got a bunch of first bout Hall of Famers. You got the All-Star off a level. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Axel running all the way to that top Dorito 3. Got some fire in his belly off that last point. Archie getting shot. Oh, big
Oh, here
move
comes
to the middle.
Cole Roberts trying to drop the hammer in the middle. With 12 seconds left to go, they might have a chance. Here comes Mino Ninos. And on the top side as well, too, with the full release.
Dynasty
There's still
with
2 bodies left alive here for Dynasty. And I think that is going to do it. So Dynasty going to take the win. It is going to make it interesting for X Factor. They looked masterful yesterday, kind of doing anything they wanted. I mean, when we had Joey Blue up here off camera, I'm like, talking about who looked good. I'm like, man, X Factor's doing anything they want. He's like, absolutely. But then now they dropped 2 games today. They go 2-2. Dynasty beat up on Blast Camp with the Mercy Rule win, didn't let them score a point. Now defeats X Factor even as good as they looked. And so Dynasty goes undefeated. And Infamous taking down Damage, knocking them out of the tournament. There's Danny Schonauer with his epic beard. Marcelo Margot, the hardware god, with all of the trophies and golden barrels that he's got. Man, it's going to be a fun day tomorrow. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is going to do it here for the conclusion of the prelims 2024 NXL Las Vegas Major. I'm Manny Marshall with Rich Telford. We will be back bright and early to see all the battles go down. We'll have the divisional fights, WNXL. Can't wait to see who's going to take this one. Kind of tough to call. Dynasty definitely one of the favorites. So we'll see you guys Sunday morning here on GoSports.com. See you then.
That one should have been a major, but whatever.
I say just give them hell. I say just give them hell. I say just give them hell. Running with the wolves, gonna show my teeth, cause it feels like the world's coming after me. The only thing that will set you free is to bite the hand of the one that feeds. When you live and die by the gun. Oh, oh yeah. If you live and die.
Here we go, bird's eye view, you made the worst fucking call. Terrible call.
Watch out, you think you're big baller. Bow down to make another dollar. Stand up and hear the world holler. I say just give them hell. Caught up in the ways of the world today. It seems everybody wants a little bit of fame. I never wanted to play the game. All I ever wanted was to do it my way. When you live and die by the gun. Oh, oh yeah. If you live and die just give them hell. Feels like I'm 30 feet taller. Turn up, you know you really wanna. Get down and make the world holler. I say just give them hell. 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 Oh yeah, watch out, you think you're big baller. Bow down to make another dollar. Stand up and hear the world holler. I say just give them hell. Feels like I'm 30 feet taller. Turn up, you know you really wanna. Get down and make the